Oh, man. One more episode left after this one. Hi. Hi there, I'm JT Shea, and you're listening to the Magically Unauthorized Misadventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, which was recorded on October 8th as part of the Good, the Bad, and the Geeky Lives from Pat Rat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio. This is the penultimate episode, folks, where story-wise, a lot of stuff is in play. If you are digging what we do and happen to be in the central Ohio area on November 19th, particularly at 7 o'clock, then come on over to the 2015 Eisner Award-winning Pack Rat Comics, where, in the event room, you can watch Rocky, Bullwinkle, Boris, Natasha, and the gang in their final show of Season 1. Also, admission is free. Finally, it's important that if you have been enjoying our fine program, the best way to show your love for the show, besides leaving a review on iTunes, of course, would be to share it with the world. Tell people on social media, like Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and Twitter, all about our show. Every little bit helps. Okay, enough of my blabbering away. You've got the penultimate episode to hear. So here we go. Here is this week's episode of the Magically Unauthorized Misadventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
A thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray and a cheerful...
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Rocky! A loop, a whirl, a vertical climb, and once again, you know it's time for... The Magically Unauthorized Misadventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle! Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel! And his pal, Bullwinkle J. Moose! Along with a host of others. Last time, Bullwinkle, with the help of Calvin and the Colonel, made it to the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, only to be greeted at gunpoint by Reese Urcher.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm Bullwinkle.
No, I'm sorry about this.
Well, at least you're not sorry about that. Two very different things.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you just explained our whole show.
Meanwhile, somewhere in Iowa, a plan was being put into action. A plan to save the day. A plan that starts with... Oh, you've got to be joking.
He baking cake, darling.
Can't save day on empty stomach.
But Boris, we don't save day. We bad guys.
You heard, Squirrel. Today's society is so messed up. Good is bad is good. Why not Boris and Natasha be bad, good, bad guys? It hurts our heads, Natasha.
Oh, it hurts audiences' heads too, darling.
How's the cake coming?
Boris?
Why I look? You woman, Natasha.
You closest to mixer.
Yeah.
Man, that was a very 50s thing to say. A no good Nick if ever. Anywho, Boris opened the mixer and saw a small circular muffin pan full of batter.
Careful. That whole thing could blow up sky high. This isn't an ordinary muffin batter.
Raskolnikov.
You were actually hungry, weren't you?
Being good, bad, good guy take a lot of work.
This is Grandma Bullwinkle's special mooseberry fudge cake recipe.
Yes, Grandmama's special mooseberry fudge cake recipe.
Bah, it needs cooked.
The plucky squirrel was careful as he placed the pan of batter in a contraption that sat atop a grill with firewood underneath. Connected to the contraption was a strange backpack, which, oh my, I don't like the sounds of this. Are you guys sure about this?
Sure am.
Okay. Rocky adjusted his aviator hat, making sure his goggles covered his eyes.
Where are you going?
Maybe he foraged for brains?
Yeah, real funny. All right, you two. If you're going to help, you need to be ready. This could get really cold.
Cold?
Where are you going, Squirrel? Antarctica?
Rocky then began to set up a long fuse that ran all the way to the firewood, through the grill, and into the contraption that held the muffin pan full of Grandmama's mooseberry fudge cake batter. Putting the backpack on, Rocky took charge.
You two stand over there on X and make sure you have a coat. I'm lighting the fuse.
Bah! No need to be cold to be good, bad guy.
Rocky lit a match and threw it perfectly. The match flew through the air with the greatest of ease, hitting the fuse. The fuse began to sparkle, fizzle, pop, eating away at the heads into the firewood. Up the grill! And into the contraption that is the batter connected to the backpack which Rocky has on his back. Causing, well, nothing yet, apparently.
Now Squirrel knows how it feels, but still, that's disappointing.
Disappointing, darling?
For some reason, I expect a big boom.
Never expect big boom when doing a big boom.
No kidding.
Wait for it.
The fire on the wood went out not even for a second when suddenly... there was a large explosion! The contraption aimed Rocky not up but straight ahead at rocket fast speed. Faster than a speeding bullet, Rocky the flying squirrel reaching out, grabbing Boris and Natasha as he tilted his trajectory upwards into the sky.
Regret not wearing clothes.
Squirrel, stay cold, darling.
Rocky flew so fast in the sky at such a long distance he circled around the earth before the speed began to die down a bit.
I gotta get it right just this right.
For those who forget, frog legs, wolfbane, light bulbs, chalk, tanna leaves, stink berries with a punch of mooseberry juice mixed together in raw batter form, Grandmama's mooseberry fudge cake is actually a revolutionary jet fuel formula.
Look, darling, I see you.
We're going to travel around the globe one more time before we land. So, Boris, when I say so, pull the cord in my backpack.
What if hand too cold?
But Boris Badenov would find a way to do it anyway. See what I did there?
No one sees because this radio show podcast.
All right. As Rocky flew, he aimed for Reese Urcher, who was holding a gun at Bullwinkle's nose. At Bullwinkle's nose!
I'm so sorry about this.
Man, we're still having the same conversation from the start of the program?
I guess so. Maybe it's a time lapse?
This whole show is a time lapse, or it's a waste of time. It's one of those two.
Blam! The plucky squirrel knocked the gun out of Reese Urcher's hand.
No, my gun!
Yikes!
Now, Boris.
Boris pulled the string and a parachute came out of the backpack as Rocky slowed down enough to drop Boris and Natasha in the distance safely.
Rocky, my buddy, my pal, you came back!
But even with the parachute and Boris and Natasha dropped off safely, Grandmama's mooseberry fudge cake is a volatile formula! And Rocky's parachute caught fire as a second bubble in the batter exploded. Oh no, sending Rocket J Squirrel into one of the side of the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry.
I think he's okay. His name is on top of the program, so he has to be okay.
Squirrel, darling.
Oh
From the shadows, weaseling his way into view dressed in a sharp business suit with a cigarette holder adjusting his glasses was...
Yes?
Spit it out, darling.
For dramatic effect.
Oh, come on.
Oliver, window clutch?
Oh boy.
The very same.
Oh, but my pal Rocky.
As good as dead. Finally.
Oh, now, Oliver Wendell, tell me all those favors you've been asking through the Reese Urcher haven't been to slug boys in the mud?
Well, Colonel, it seems you were just as dull and dim-witted as your friend here.
What will Maggie Bell and Sister Sue say now?
About killing Rocky the flying squirrel?
Twist the knife, Calvin. And you mean National Treasure Rocky the flying squirrel?
But he was more than a national treasure. He was my best friend.
That may be, but this is too much. I've worked too hard for this moment, and now I must kill. Kill you all.
Well, first moment as good bad good guy really stinks, Poopsie.
No kidding, darling.
Oh boy. Things aren't looking good here, folks. While Boris and Natasha seem to be bad good guys or good bad guys or whatever they decided, and they helped Rocky stop Bullwinkle from getting shot, it was at the cost of the squirrel's own life. Oh, poor Rocky. And furthermore, they found out that Bullwinkle was being held at gunpoint by none other than... Reese Urcher? No way! Yes way! And he's also working with Calvin and the Colonel's former co-star and lawyer, Weasel Oliver Wendell Clutch. Oh man, oh man, oh man, say it isn't so, Reese. With Rocket J. Squirrel dead, what will happen next? Are Calvin and the Colonel really working for Reese and Oliver Wendell Clutch? Is there an easier way to say the lawyer's Weasel name instead of saying Oliver Wendell Clutch every single time? And will they make me do one more of these ridiculously long paragraphs that I swear to God I hate, but I can't because the job is the job, and hey, I have one, isn't it swell? Woo! Find out in the grand finale of the magically unauthorized misadventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle called If I Didn't Have You, or Don't Tell the Audience the Squirrel is Really Dead.
Jeez Louise, did they just kill Rocky the Flying Squirrel? I'm actually really bummed about that. I love Rocky. And what about Bullwinkle? What will he do? And oh man, why is Reese Urcher the bad guy? Say it ain't so. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to find out this coming Saturday, November 19th at Pat Rat Comics to see and hear the epic conclusion. Or for those not in the Columbus area, stay tuned, dear listeners, to this very podcast feed, and we'll answer that question on Tuesday, November 22nd. Oh boy. Tonight's shows features characters like poor little Rocky, Bullwinkle, Boris, and Natasha, who are characters created by J. Ward Productions and are owned by DreamWorks and NBC Universal. Please don't sue us. If not, we won't find out if Bullwinkle avenges Rocky's death. But on behalf of the cast and the crew of this episode, which you can find in our show notes, I'm JT Shea of Drawing Wrong Conclusions and Night Gig Studios. You can visit us online at nightgig.com. Or check out our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/nightgig. Man, this is going to be like waiting for Christmas.